was pretty awesome. Getting my Pete Townsend jam on tonight. I always liked Pete's rhythm and stuff. He had some pretty chunky stuff. You know, back in the day, he wasn't a big lead guy like Crazy Trills and all that, but you gotta admit, he did write some pretty cool stuff. Especially like that opera type stuff that they did. It was almost like Queen, kinda, really. You know, the Tommy thing and that whole 40 chord, right? Anyhow, we got this old girl out tonight. This is pretty cool little guitar here. This is a Fender, not a Fender, it's a Squire Mustang, right? As cheap as they get. But this one's had some mods by yours truly. Let's zoom right in here. You remember the ugly tremolo system they had on these guitars that was basically useless? Well, I yanked mine off, gonzo, and I put a telly bridge, a short Telecaster bridge. Now, let me get my golf club. So, this is a shorter telly bridge than the normal bridge, which would probably come back into to this area here, right, guys? So, it was a gold one. It's the only thing that the guy had. I ordered a silver one. He sent me gold. What are you gonna do? You're gonna put it on, right? But I took all the springs and all that nasty trem system out. That it was just useless. I couldn't even intonate this guitar. It was horrible. I thought about getting rid of it, and then I just finally conceded and said, this thing that they call a trem system, you might as well mount that plastic drink stirrer that looks like a golf club on there. It would never come back right, in tune. It would always be sharp. It'd be flat. It'd be, oh, good God, you guys. It was horrible. So anyhow, I kept the stuff. Not that this is worth a fortune, but I still have it. I mounted this on there with adjustable saddles. I got rid of that. The actual bridge that was on this thing, it would rock back and forth like this. You could actually take the bridge and go like you. It was adjustable for like high action or low action, or like bad intonation and worse intonation. In my opinion. I mean, you guys take it for what it is. You may love the trem system on there that they have. I didn't dig it at all. So I took mine off anyways, and then I had these big holes in the back to cover up. So I took a piece of ebony and made a wooden piece just to go over the back. I'll take you in a little tighter on it and just show you. There it is. It's not obtrusive. It doesn't stick up a lot. It doesn't even stick up about halfway of the height of the actual bridge itself. It's just for aesthetics, and you can kind of rest your hand on it too. It's not just for awesome looks and stuff like that, which compared to what they had on there, I gotta say, I like it a lot better. It's intonated. This guitar is actually a little hidden gem, in my opinion, now that I've done the mods to it. And I did put some good Fender vintage, of course. They were new old stock, you know, the old 90s, probably 80s or 90s tuners, you know what I mean, like those ones. I had some. I've probably got a few more kicking around. I'd have to look, but that really took care of a lot of problems there. All in all, this guitar sounds and plays pretty phenomenal. I mean, it's inexpensive. I really love the color. That's what made me want to put the effort in. I was like, come on, guys. You do that nice paint job. You got this nice vintage golden cream color, the nice guard. I really dig it. If those were cream or black, I think it would be even more dope, but it's pretty nice the way it is. I think them will break in over time. Anyhow, it's like, God, you guys did that nice job painting this guitar. It's flawless. And then put that wonky golf club tremolo thing on. Seriously, that looks better on there. Even if I did it this way with, the club head up. That might be a nice little tremolo amp, actually, now that I think of it. Don't steal my idea, you guys. That's my own. You saw it here first. If it comes out, like if you see 9-iron tremolo amps, you know it was my idea, right? Anyway, these are pretty cool little guitars. They really are. You can get some cool phasing with the slide switches. That's your pickup selectors. They're just sliders. That's a volume and a tone, and that's what you got. And they're tweaked on an angle. I really don't know what the pickups are. I haven't even torn into it to look. I honestly don't even care. They sound pretty good, and they're not microphonic. I can usually tell if pickups are microphonic when I move the guitar by the strap buttons, honestly. When you have a guitar that's microphonic and you move it like on your body when it's hanging and you hear the strap go, that's when you know they're like cheap ceramic bar magnet pickups or whatever. Not that they're bad. You just got to know how to handle them because they're going to do some funky things at high volume. They're going to be really high output most of the time, too. A lot of people don't realize that, but cheap pickups most of the time have super high output compared to a good pickup. At least from what I've discovered over time dealing with this stuff. But anyway, these are a hidden little gem, and they're short scale. Now, I was going to get to this. Now you hang on just 1 second. I may actually do this in another video. I've been thinking about this for a long time, all right? God, I hate to get down this wormhole, but I see you guitar players like your pinky is that long, you know? They can span like 13 frets like nothing. It kills me, guys. So I was like, how do you measure this? Most great guitar players I've seen, their pinkies are like, look at my little, these are like Vienna sausages with fingernails, but look how much shorter my pinky is, than my other fingers. That's pretty crazy, right? So I've come up with this. Maybe we could come up with a common ground test for guitar players, all right? A Bic lighter. We all have one of those kicking around. You know somebody that has one, right? I say this. Close your finger at 90 degrees, right? And this first little notch right here in your finger, okay? Just close it up, 90 degrees. Stick a Bic lighter in there and tell me if your pinky covers the Bic sign. You know what I mean? Where it says Bic right there. Because mine I mean, all right. There's 90 degrees. I'm pushing it right down in pretty tight. There you go. That's tough with little guys like that. Playing like big, long stretches and stuff. I'm not crying, don't get me wrong. That doesn't bother me in the least bit. It's just more of a challenge to me. But it does bother me seeing these guys that can, like, they've got, it's like an extra. Some of these guys could put their pinky around the Bic lighter and light it with their pinky. It kills me. What I don't know is this. Now, like when I play a short scale guitar, it feels like a race car. I'm able to like buzz up and down it, on a good day when I have my stuff together. But and not that a regular scale feels odd to me, but this feels faster to me. I'm wondering if guys with long fingers, what a short scale guitar feels like to them, because I notice the difference. I'm thinking they may notice the difference in the opposite direction, like it's too congested, the scale I'm talking about, so it's a little food for thought. We all have different size paws. Mine are just little guys, and they're pretty stove up from a lot of different things over time, but they still work. They hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know as we get older, all our fingers hurt. My first knuckles are starting to get like square. Them ones really are starting to bother me on my pointer fingers. Hey, you just suck it up. You keep playing and try to practice more and like rub liniment on them or whatever you got to do. Soak them in hot water first. Don't stop playing. That's the worst thing you can do. You got to keep your hands moving. I think playing guitar is great for arthritic hands. It keeps you moving and keeps everything loosened up, in your hands. Well, anyways, guys, I just wanted to dig this one out and give it a shot. I got one little repair to do on it. The intonation's great on this, finally, like I said. If you buy one of these, rip that mess off if you don't like it and buy a cheap telly bridge. Get the short one. And it's easy to mount. And just take some good measurements, mount it, and then you can plug the hole with a piece of wood or whatever you got, maybe even a lighter. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. I had one problem. There it is. Bullseye. When I was mounting the tuners, the drill must have... It felt like I hit a marshmallow as soon as I broke through the wood. I don't know if it was an air pocket or a piece of grain or what. But anyways, the drill bit went like... and it poked out through the front. So I'm going to patch that in. It's just it's like a 1 in a million. I've mounted hundreds and hundreds of tuners. I used to do it with a hand drill instead of a drill press. And that was my first one. I should put like a number 1 beside it and then just plug it. But anyhow, measure your fingers, guys, with the lighter thing. Don't burn yourself. I don't want you getting hurt or anything, but let me know what you guys think about that. Does size really matter? I think it does at times. Although, I can wiggle these little guys in and around a lot of different places on there too. Maybe it's harder for guys that can stretch like 19 frets. Maybe not. I don't know. If you have hands that you can stretch like that, you better know some serious chords and like fractolian scales and be able to play like, speckled ninth chords, fermented fifths, I want to see all that stuff. You guys are the long hands. All right. I got to put my little short hands to rest here. They're kind of tired tonight, guys. Take care and hang in there. Tell your friends. We're going to go over some good guitars here coming up this week. I got a big one planned for this weekend. I don't know what it is yet, so I guess I'm kind of committed now. I'll have to make something happen. Hang in there.